There's no way I'm starting next year with this chapter. While officially released in the new year, it is best to deliver it now. The new year should be a fresh start for greater things. Case in point, this chapter itself isn't so pleasing. While there were moments that I expected, including Ochako's action, the overall delivery was rather underwhelming. While the page count is 13, filling in the content wasn't much of a problem. Same cannot be said for this one. Once again, it's the cliffhanger that keeps the interest alive because there's nothing else to talk about. Truth be told, the chapter's cover got me believing this is going to be Ochako's, giving me a new light of hope. Unfortunately, it doesn't last long, and instead we are treated with an insight of her character. Back in her childhood, she was fond of heroes. It's not because they are so cool or how awesome they look. It's because of the happiness, the cheers, and the joy on the expressions of the civilians. It was given when she becomes a hero. Now, what if a hero is the one that needs help? That's where it leads to. That's it. Let me start off by stating her action isn't bad. It's the right thing to do when a person is out of control despite how dangerous it can be. It's understandable where her attention lies in. Let's not take that out of the way. With that said, you can't be upset how underwhelming it feels once the focus shifts to Shinso, who presented a clear-cut development that more or less overshadows hers. I was already prepared her action to be just stopping him and ask Shinso to brainwash him. It's very predictable, at least the request part. My hope was there will be more to it and not resort to easy run-in that continuously undermine the danger of Deku's quirk on the loose. It isn't like how Kyuubi in Naruto was deemed dangerous and it presented as a horrifying situation. I understand the quirk wasn't deemed as dangerous in the first place, but the tension stemmed from All Might by calling off the fight, yet nothing felt terrifying. It just happens. Bottom line, her action is rather just an action. It's not impacting as it should be if we are to believe the fear. My main issue is her backstory. It's nothing wrong in terms of content, but it does feel padding. That's not the issue though. The series continues to show what the character already believe in or what they already know. It's as if we are introduced to the characters for the first time, learning more and more as the arc continues. It doesn't feel like a character's arc, but more of establishment. Ochako was presented as someone who wants money. It's not really a retcon seeing how the backstory didn't mention it, though despite the first panel, a reminder in text will be helpful. In fact, tying in would help a lot. The problem comes in when it was said that she was astounded by people's smiles. I was under the impression that this is her character's arc, addressing it as an evolution. Instead, we are to believe this is a perk she is greatly fond of. While that is understandable, this could have worked as a development, giving the character more life. For example, if she was going in for the money only because of parents, only to grow attachment to other perks, that would be a development. If she already liked this, then it's only another character's trait that we left out because maybe she wants to come back to top 10, falling off from grace? Welcome to Naruto. Joking aside, you could argue the development lies in saving a hero. That's fine, but Shinso would take that MVP. I know Ochako can't do much from there, but the emphasis on the risk and her emotional drive to save him could have been a lot stronger. Therefore, her action is good, but nothing to write home about. As for Shinso, it's good to see him in a bright light, though it is a bit bummer after the last chapter where the depth of low-tier heroism was said. It felt like there could have been more complexity, but this would do. He does struggle on what to say, which is a bit silly in this type of situation, but it is what it is. The actual point is, he was thrilled to go against Deku once more, to show him his development. He lost the battle before, but he didn't feel so irate about it. Instead, he actually felt excited to show Deku what he can do, what he has improved. He truly wants to be a splendid hero and use his quirk to help others. There's little to say about this, yet it's good enough for me to be pleased by his development. If you think there's something wrong, You're not wrong. In any case, he shouts out to Deku to fight again, in which Deku responds back. The brainwash goes through and the quirk seems to be stabilized. But the effect differs. Deku is back in the Shadow Realm, where he's still in 20% shape, but this time, he has a special guest. It's Hellboy! Actually, it's one of the One For All successors, though his design has to be influenced by Hellboy. Hopefully, this is more promising than the movie. Of course, in this series fashion, he is very eccentric, funky to be exact, calling Deku off on his mishandle. But he does state that his quirk has been manifested, so now it seems to be evolving. Not sure where this leads to, but hey, the out of control situation is taken care of, so no more worries there. Honestly, this review could have been much shorter because the chapter was pretty short. It's filled with good art, but the amount of panel space is wasted. The visual isn't strong enough to bring the depth of raw emotions or scenes. I apologize for going off on the whole Ochaku's part, but knowing how you waited so long for something is so frustrating. You want something new or something rewarding. It's not enough to fill in the hole. Aside from that, it was an okay chapter. I hope next year will be far better for this series. I really hope so. And that will do it for the review. I hope you enjoyed this one. This is the last chapter of the year. Well, not really. It's supposed to come out next year, but you know how it is. I hope next year will improve significantly because I know this series can do more. I'm just saying on my behalf that I thought this year was rather lackluster. Hopefully next year we'll have a better start, a better content, and overall just bring the joy that the first 100 chapter has brought upon us. What do you expect for next year? Share your thoughts in the comment section. If you like this and want more of this, subscribe to my channel and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.